Manchester United then have lost again 1-0 in this game away in Feyenoord. Really disappointed. A really poor performance from Manchester United again. Oh, I'm so disappointed. It might not be the competition that everyone wants Manchester United to be in, but we have made some changes tonight, but we've been really poor for me in this game again. Feyenoord have played a decent game from their standards and have come away with the win. They didn't really do probably enough to win the game either, but Manchester United really poor, and if you don't do enough to score in these type of games, you're going to get hurt. These teams have got players in their team that can score goals, create goals. True, the goal was offside, but I don't give a shit whether it was offside or not. They've given the goal and we've lost the game. We haven't deserved to score in this game. We haven't scored in this game. We've been so poor in front of goal. That first half, we've started with Marcus Rashford, who we wanted to see start a game, and Marcus Rashford hasn't really... In all honesty, Marcus Rashford was a bit isolated up front in this first half. We've started with a midfield three and a forward three, which was one thing I wanted to see from Manchester United. Wayne Rooney wasn't in the team, so he cannot be the scapegoat tonight. Martial, again, was dog shit for me. Had one chance where he missed, went wide. But besides that, he's an absolute shadow of the player he was last season. I don't know what has gone on with him. Really poor from him. Oh, I'm just so disappointed. Even though it's the Europa League, I want to see Manchester United get back to winning ways immediately after that horseshit performance in the derby. But it's not to be. We're going to have to go into that game against Watford on the back of two really bad, poor defeats. I know there's going to be changes from that lineup. Marcus Rojo tonight, absolutely abysmal for me. Especially first half, absolutely terrible. But is the backup to Luke Shaw if he gets injured probably. So he's got to do better than this. We're going to need him in some stage in the season probably. But there's too many of these players that have disgraced themselves. We've seen 3 changes in that second half. Mourinho really wasn't happy. Zlatan Ibrahimovic coming on, Ashley Young and Memphis Depay, but they didn't really have enough. I mean, they've come on early enough and should have maybe had more of an impact in that second half, but they haven't. And I'm really frustrated with these players, because some of these players have really got to start taking their chances in this Manchester United team, or they're going to be shown the door at some point. You know, Memphis Depay not even starting the game. I mean, he's got to start taking his chance. I know he only got about half an hour on the pitch, but he's got to start taking it. People are going to question whether Wayne Rooney should be starting games. I was too, but on this show, the players that have come in for Wayne Rooney haven't taken their chances either. Just so frustrated from this. I just hope things improve for that game against Watford. I don't know what's going to change. He's probably going to change the lineup around again, but this is just reminiscent of previous seasons for me. So far, I mean, it's only just the start of the season, so I'm not going to say anything about Mourinho or anything. I know some people are going to be on his case already, but it is reminiscent of these previous seasons where changes are being made for every single game, and certain players are just not stepping up to the mark in these games. And to be honest, I'm still not convinced that this team is still certainly good enough to win the Premier League this season, but certainly should be good enough to challenge for the Premier League and be winning, or at least challenging for this Europa League. So we're definitely underperforming in these last two games. Before that, we won some comfortable games, but hopefully things will improve over the next few weeks. Got some on paper, some winnable games in the Premier League. I mean, this was away from home, but I was actually expecting, as I said in my preview, a difficult game, and I did go for a 1-1 draw or maybe nicking it 2-1, but at home we will probably beat this type of team. Probably 2 or 3-0, but it's just disappointing because it's the first game of the group. We need to get off to a winning start really, so that then later on in the group stage it's all done and dusted. We can rest players for the knockout stage, but that's not going to happen now. It's probably, come the latter stages of this group stage, probably going to end up putting out a full strength lineup, which is going to be a problem coming with the League Cup coming up. The FA Cup's going to be coming up after this in January, February. You've got so many Premier League games. It isn't ideal. I was hoping to get a really easy group in this, just win the group in the first 3 games, and then you don't have to worry about it, but that's not going to be the case now. Really disappointed from tonight, and with the amount of money we've spent and the calibre of players on the pitch, it's just not good enough. I can't even really name a man of the match. I'm really that disappointed with so many of these performers, certainly going forward. In the offensive sense, we were just non-existent that first half for me. Really poor. I know Feyenoord haven't really had too many chances tonight either, but still, if you don't take don't get any chances, don't create chances, and don't take them, you're going to get punished at this level, even if it is only the Europa League. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the situation of this game below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hopefully things can improve for that Watford game. We will have to wait and see. Talk to you all again soon. See ya.